back to my channel. I am back with this week's Teen Mom Recap. Before I get started with this week's video, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every single week about the newest episode of Teen Mom Family Reunion and Teen Mom The Next Chapter. Today we're going to be doing both episodes. I recap the episodes, I make them a lot shorter, sweeter, and funnier, so if that's something you want to watch, go ahead and subscribe. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started with Teen Mom Family Reunion. And this was a pretty boring episode, by the way, so it's going to be pretty quick. Big nothing burger of an episode. So Sean and Corey discuss marriage. Sean says, yeah, it took me and Jade 10 years to get to this point. Taylor in the background looking like, bitch, stop giving him ideas. Corey asks how long it was till Sean proposed, and Sean says, I proposed 3 or 4 times, so which one? And Corey's like, uno, dos, tres? Most of those times were just to save the relationship. I'm glad that we didn't get married then. Oh, I'm so glad that this one wasn't a crisis aversion ring, at least not that we know of. Sean and Jade solidify their relationship by doing boudoir shots today. We're gonna do some nice, sexy pictures. And they got this, like, I'm sorry, but slightly creepy looking dude there. And good for them, free pictures, but like me personally, I'm not doing any type of sexy pictures with a male photographer. I need a woman there. Especially one you don't know from another country. Sketchy. Jade asks the guy, is the set waterproof? Gross. This is not a Farrah Abraham custom video. So on this set, once again, MTV's got the fuzzy butt plugs out. Like, this has to be the 5th time that they brought out the fuzzy butt plugs and no one ever touches them. The prop department be like, dude, we spent like $20 on these things. You're gonna see them whether you want to or not. Jade says she's glad and surprised that Sean agreed to take these pictures with her because he is a conservative Midwest man. Which is not how I would describe Sean, but hey, I'm not his wife. Mackenzie and Casanio leave early due to Casanio needing to go to work. Glad to hear that he has a job. He's already miles ahead of the rest of the cast. Cheyenne and Zach go on a boat ride to an island for their anniversary, and then the rest of the cast goes on a yacht party and meets them at the island. While they're there, Ryan asks Kaya to be his baby's godmother, and Kayla agrees with him. She says Kaya keeps it real, and she's a great role model. And Kaya says, I feel honored. Of course I'll be your godmother. Corey tells Taylor, I'm so glad we came. I only see us going up from here. Up to the aisle, maybe? He says there's only one thing left for us. And then he takes this long, awkward pause, like, is this gonna be the proposal? Is this the moment? No. He just anticlimactically ends it by saying, oh yeah, I'm, like, excited for that thing to happen. And everyone laughs behind Taylor's back about what a joke Corey is. He has once again managed to humiliate his long-suffering girlfriend in order to garner some brief camera attention and laughs. Taylor, please run. And then Corey yells, I'm an island boy, and jumps into the water. Taylor, please sprint. Later, everyone goes around the bonfire saying what were the highs and the lows of the trip. While they're doing this, the fire is getting like absolutely massive, and an ember almost falls in Jade's hair. Almost had a Michael Jackson moment there, but thankfully Sean catches the ember. Just as everyone is considering ditching the island, the wind starts blowing the other way. I mean, I would not have trusted that, bro. I would have been out of there. Fire is huge. Then Kayla says, if we didn't come here, we wouldn't be having a baby. You guys saved not only our relationship, but our family. And now she's on Instagram claiming that that was all a storyline. I was always going to keep the baby. But I mean, like, what about the money is worth your kid watching this one day and thinking, damn, the only reason I'm alive right now is because of these goofballs? Because Corey had a pep talk with my dad for a few minutes? Great to know. And that's all for that episode of Teen Mom Family Reunion. They also aired Teen Mom Next Chapter today, so let's go ahead and talk about that. Jade's wedding is 1 week away. Almost everybody was invited, but Caitlin can't come due to family stuff, and Taylor is staying home. Leah also can't come. Jade says, my mom has been home and sober for 6 months, but she still has legal issues. Jade says, my last fitting for my wedding dress is on the 3rd. 3rd, I got court, Jade. I could go to jail or probation that day. And then Chow says, go on the run! Okay, Chow, what's your story? I feel like she has like some weird backstory that we don't know about. Jade says, I always wanted my mom to walk me down the aisle. This is gut-wrenching. By the way, a quick Google search told me that Christy was in fact at the wedding. Spoiler alert. Next is Amber. She says, I'm moving back into the home that I renovated that Andrew used to live in. Now? I feel like we first saw her cleaning out this house. I mean, Gary cleaning out the house like 2 years ago at this point. Either this footage is really old or for some reason Amber just took really long. Gary calls Amber to ask if she's going to Jade's wedding. Yeah, I'm going, but my first +1 didn't work out and my second +1 flaked a few days ago, so I'll be there alone. I'll just meet up with you at the wedding. Imagine MTV is paying for flights, hotels, for you to go to a wedding and get free food and entertainment, and you still flake out. Behold the power of Amber's shitty personality. Even a free vacation wasn't enough for 2 separate men to want to deal with her. How's the online dating going? I realized that I'm not ready for a relationship until I'm fully in my new house. I think her old house was on Gary's property, so can't have her new man witnessing how Gary basically chews her food for her because she's too lazy to do anything. Next is Cheyenne. She says Zach is looking into jobs, EMT, stuff like that. I'm so proud of him. Right now we're getting ready for Jade's wedding though. And he says, speaking of all this love in the air, I've been wanting another baby. Why? Well, I only have 1. Not 2? Well, I see myself only in Ace. You see yourself in both the kids. It's kind of an asshole thing to say, like they're married. Like you really don't see Ryder as your child at all? Wasn't he like around for her birth and everything? Cheyenne is just totally unfazed though. She says, every time you talk about this, I sneak in the bathroom to take extra birth control. I don't want another child right now. I like my body and I don't want to go through postpartum depression. I'm happy with 2 kids. Next is Ashley. She's still in Vegas, but in a new apartment. She's also still in nursing school. Bar is still in California. She says, I started to feel the longer that Bar was in California, that something was off. Something told me to look at his phone records. Because of course, Bar doesn't pay his own phone bill. Of course, Ashley is the owner of the account. Is anyone surprised? In the phone records, I found 3 to 4 hour conversations with his friend. This has been going on for multiple months behind my back. Her mom asked her what's going on. I feel so disrespected. I know he's cheating on me, so I confronted him. What did he say? Sorry. That's it? No explanation? No denial? Bar's gonna be the laziest cheater of all time. The worst part of all this was, the cheating started when I was burying my brother. And we're still grieving that. Can you see moving forward with Bar? I don't know right now. I'm considering divorce. Next, Cheyenne also has a difficult conversation with her mom, but this one's about having another baby. I just don't want another one right now. Her mom says, yeah, this world's getting more expensive. Not that it really matters to us though. As we love reminding everybody, we're rich. You don't want to be old and pregnant at 35 though, Cheyenne. Mom, that's not old. Okay, it's not old, but you have to consider what life you want to live. I'm glad Cheyenne said that's not old, because having a child in your 30s is way better than having one as a teen. Like, it's not a bad thing to have a baby in your 30s. I don't know why her mom would say something stupid like that. It's moving day for Amber. The moving dude's walking in is like photos taken moments before disaster. You guys are in for a treat. The poor moving men walk into this pigsty messy ass room, which is mostly just clothes thrown everywhere. Hope they charge her ass extra. Like, I don't know how other people move, but when I move, I try to pack up all the little stuff like clothes and then leave the heavy furniture for the movers. Maybe not everybody does this. They ask, do you want to fold the clothes as we go? And Amber says, if it's clean, y'all will know it's clean. And the mover says, what? Do you want us to smell it? You'll know if there's a tag, you know? Use your judgment. Amber is so nasty. So it's not even like clothes from your closet. It's just like dirty stank clothes from the hamper. Splashed all across the room for some reason. Back to Jade and her band of misfits. Sean says, I just got a text. My groomsman has court in Texas on the day of my wedding and he can't come. Like, damn bro, can our wedding party stop getting arrested and shit? This ratchet gathering is only 2 days away. What's happening? Jade calls Brianna and says, we added Devon to the wedding party since Sean's groomsman has court, so you'll be walking with Devon. Brianna's totally cool with it. She says, thanks for the opportunity to practice. Christy gets out of court. She says the trial was continued to November, so thankfully she will be at Jade's wedding. Ashley makes a decision. Her sister calls and Ashley tells her, this relationship is not worth it. I just don't have the energy. I'm gonna file for divorce. The only problem is gonna be talking to Holly about it. So she gets Holly. Holly, do you know why your dad's not here? He made bad friends and he has to go to California to fix it. Oh. Right, there might be some more changes in the future too. About what? Well, sometimes it might just be us girls. Cheers to that. As Ashley gets divorced, Jade's wedding day is arriving. Brianna's on a flight, filming herself with her face about 2 centimeters from the camera. Cheyenne comes up to Macy and asks her what's up with Ryan. Oh, he's in a halfway house. Bentley is really getting to know him as a person. They all went golfing together recently and had a great time. Everyone's getting glammed up. The dress code is all black for the wedding. It looks very classy. And the wedding starts. Someone says, "Where's Amber?" "She just got here. Gary went to get her." So they're showing Sean crying. He's up there at the altar with his identical twin brother that no one ever talks about. Everyone's getting super emotional. And what do we see in the background but Amber's late, lazy ass ruining the scene as she tries to look inconspicuous, walking right behind the whole setup. I can't. They begin, and Sean says his vow. "I never knew I was going to marry the girl I met, while offering to carry your Meemaw's groceries inside. And she decided to let me stay in for some cherry pie." Jade says, "Our love has been put to the test, but love heals all. I spent 10 years with you, but that's not enough. I want to spend forever." And the rest of their vows are actually pretty nice and classy. And then the reception. Jade says, "Anyone who parties with me knows what time it is. Let's go." So it gets lit. Devon and Brianna are dancing. Macy sees it and she says, "What's it going to take for us to get Devon and Bree figured out?" Brittany says, "A therapist." You have to remember, though, that they went to this wedding almost like straight after the Columbia trip. Brianna probably still has her one-night stands little swimmers floating around her uterus. I don't even think Devon wants that. Amber starts straight up making out with Jade's friend Chelsea. And Corey is just so amused, loving the girl-on-girl action, even when it's Amber. He says, "Is Amber switching sides?" And I mean, Amber has always been bisexual. Corey clearly didn't watch that scene of her making out with her old cellmate. But Amber is like on a whole other level right now. She's making these O faces like she's moaning or something right there on the dance floor. Did this bitch pop a Molly before this wedding? What's up? She says, "It's been 4 years since I dated someone. I'm secure with myself and not codependent anymore. I think I'm ready for a relationship." Yeah, I'm sure you are, Amber. And that's all for these episodes of Teen Mom Family Reunion and Teen Mom The Next Chapter. What do you think of Jade's wedding? Do you think that Amber found her new soulmate? Is Amber ever on time to anything? Make sure to leave a comment down below and make sure to subscribe for more Teen Mom recaps every week. Bro, not me realizing as I'm editing this that I only put on one sleeve of my shirt and the other one's just hanging there. Embarrassing.